I have heard some reports about Joey Bosa. The 49ers have spent draft picks and trade targets trying to get a guy to be on the other side of Nick Bosa. I personally vote no on Joey Bosa. Unfortunately, I think he's another guy that injuries have kind of derailed a little bit. I just don't think he's as impressive as I think maybe because of his last name, he gets a little bit more attention than he would if he had a different last name. But how do you feel about the Joey Bosa reports? Because it has been reported that 49ers have, shown interest in getting Joey Bosa. But what do you think about him? But also, what do you think about just bringing in
that? One of those stupid NFL rumors account or that 49ers stupid rumors account? Because all those aren't rumors. They're making
I always see you going after those guys.
I'm not always. I tweeted it once, and now they're all muted. I'm not talking about them again. This is why I hate the offseason. Like, don't just saying it's an idea. There is no rumor. There's no report. No one legitimate has ever said that. So but in terms of like, can we assess Joey Bosa going there? Yeah, of course, because he's right. He's like, he might be on the table, right? With that said, no, he's not coming, and I don't think the 49ers should target him. I think the Chargers I don't think the
Chargers are going to want to.
He's going to be on the hook, I think. I think they're on the hook. And if you're the 49ers, like no, how can you rely on him, dude? You're going to bring all that money. You're going to invest all that capital. Like, no, you need a cornerstone. There's a reason why, like, you went after Drake Jackson, right? You want to find someone that you can build Bosa with to be that nice little Robin to his Batman. Joey Bosa ain't that. Danielle Hunter will be costly. I think you got to find someone young. Find someone in free agency that's capable now, and then find someone young to come up. You need someone to grow in that defensive line, not someone that enough of these plug and play players. Like, they're not there anymore. You got to go young. Eric Armstead's not getting younger. Javon Hargrave's not getting younger.
Thinking to target a guy in the draft young or just
yes?
Really.
If you're gonna go free agency, you're gonna go someone that's gonna be not expensive, that's like can be somewhat impactful. All these players
are
like
Hunter. I think they could keep Hunter. Like if they hide
he's gonna be costly. He's costly.
More than Azeez Al-Shaair?
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. He's a pass rusher. He's a top 10, 15 pass rusher in the league.
I know, but wasn't it last year that he was like rumored to be on the trade block and he was wanting like $14 million or something? Or am I really off on that?
There was rumors about him getting traded because they weren't extending him. And I think that was this year.
And now he doesn't want to do that. Someone said that Joey Bosa would fuel some fierce brotherly competition. I don't agree. I think these guys are like fairly motivated on their own. They're making hundreds of millions of dollars. I don't think they need like brotherly competition.
How could he give him competition if he's missing 80% of games every year? Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, the 49ers don't need to bring in more guys that suffer with injuries.
This is something the 2020 Niners would do, not the 2024 Niners. Keep those injury-prone players away. Stop it.
Yeah.
So no Bosa. Nick is all you need.
Do you think Miami is going to keep Robert Hunt? Do you think that the 49ers should target Robert Hunt? I think that they're going to go. I think they're going to go draft for a lot of when it comes to
because they have a lot of picks. They finally have a first-round pick. Maybe you package one up to get higher. They need more like kind of premium upper prospect polished guys because the three first-round picks burnt on Trey Lance is hurting them. The misses on Ty Davis-Price, Trey Sermon are hurting them. Like
this guy, I love that all of his comments are in capital letters. He really wants Danielle Hunter and really believes that we can sign another A-list player.
Sign them all. Screw it.
I will say, like, if you were gonna sign, because obviously I think that they're gonna go offensive line in the draft. I don't think that they're going to try to get an offensive lineman in free agency. So I do think that they could afford to get like one. I think that they would have to I don't think they could get like both Azeez and Danielle Hunter, but I could see them getting one of them. I mean, what's the point of having freaking Brock Purdy who's on a rookie deal if you're not going after?
I think the problem is you can't be looking. They're already top heavy enough. You don't need like this Danielle Hunter. You need someone that's there that you could. You need someone that's there that could build. You guys have to look for building, and then for Azeez, like that's the guy's filling.
But okay, are they trying to like run it back for 1 year? Like not run it back, but like so why? So right now it doesn't matter about building long term, like getting a.
It does because they finally have picks.
Yeah, I can see that. Like their
we saw the problem in their depth. The depth was the problem with the 49ers.
I will
Build more
say
collectively around.
I think Jalen Johnson could be a guy who's definitely cheaper
No.
than.
Why do you need a corner? Why do you need a corner? Why?
I think the 49ers were lucky this year with corner luck. I mean, most
It wasn't luck.
years
You think it was lucky?
most of the years they've had like crazy cornerback injuries. They've been like on
injuries, yeah, sure.
Yeah. But
Their corners are fine. Their secondary is
I think
fine.
you're right. Like who
Let's
would
not
they?
look at there. Let's look at defensive line and who's going to fill in for Jerry Greenlaw. That's all you got to worry about on defense. And in terms of corner,
Is Gibson coming back? Gibson?
Well, they don't need him back because you got Jair Brown and Tyler Huffington coming back. But maybe Gibson does come back on a cheap deal. I don't know. But that's not secondary is not a worry for me. It's just who's going to fill in for Greenlaw, building the trenches, both offensive, defense. Those are your top 3 issues right there. And
absolutely no
cornerback on the back end.
No to Bobby Wagner. I think he's another guy. Injuries. The 49ers want to stay away from injuries. I love this guy's passion. We are trying to win a Super Bowl. We are going all in, Jose.
They've been going all in. You know how many players they have locked up to expensive contracts? Like, that's the thing I'm confused. Like, you guys realize you already have like 8 to 9 players that are on expensive ass deals. Like, what do you mean?
I don't even know if I have a slide for this, but if you were going to let go of some players to make some room, can you name one player offensively and one player defensively? And we'll go back and forth.
Let go of them? Like, what do you mean? Like in terms of they're already on a deal?
Either trade or cut from the 49ers on the team right now. Which, guys?
I'm not sure what they can do because the more I keep seeing more salary cap, it's like you do Kittle or Samuel or Armstead, which are my top 3. It's like
Armstead.
But there's so much dead money in there. Now I will push back on that little like, oh, you got dead money. We're gonna pay him to not play for you. And it's like, I mean, it might be worth it if you
Rams did that. Rams paid frickin' Jared Goff $50 million to not pay for him and won the Super Bowl that year.
I think, like I said, I think the only player who can really trade away is George Kittle because Kyle Shanahan shows you what he thinks of him in the Super Bowl in terms of not really making him a focal point at any point.
Did you watch that video I sent you?
No,
2 targets for 4 years.
No, I watched. Yeah, I watched the first 3-4 minutes. But yeah, it's just a lot of checkdowns that he was being used for, just releases. So it's like, look, he's probably still a good receiver, but hey, look, if the coaches are going to use him, why are you keeping him aboard for so much money? Like, just trade him, retool. But yeah, like the dead money's coming in hot for that one.
Yeah. And unfortunately, they did that with Eric Armstead, right? Like they kept restructuring him and Kittle. They restructured multiple times. Now, do you think that Armstead will take like another? Do you think they can restructure him again, or eventually you want to stop doing that because it extends his contract?
Because his body is breaking down. He's falling off piece by piece, like the nice little Lego set you bought. Like the nice little, like he's literally, and that was my concern a year or maybe even 2 years ago. Like I wrote an article like concerns about Eric Armstead. Is his body breaking down? And it literally is breaking down now. I don't. There's no debate in that. You know, his torn meniscus, his plantar fasciitis came back this year. Plantar fasciitis for the first time last year. Broke the foot.
That's what I'm saying. He missed 8 games, and then 6 games.
He's missing games, and like when he's out there, he's not able to play for as much snaps as he's used to. Which is not like he was playing like 100 snaps in the first place, right? He was playing like 80, but now it's like all this money in this guy, and it's like how many impact plays he's actually having. Like it's just like, but ultimately it's just the injuries with him, and his body's breaking down.
I want to say I agree with Al Bundy. I don't think that you can trade Kittle right now. I just don't think that they have, like, I think they need another tight end. They can't be getting rid of Kittle, but I understand the idea of like he is already not being utilized enough and potentially like you want to trade him when you can still get something for him versus like if there's a whole nother year where he's not being utilized as much, is it going to be worth as much in the trade market? I don't know.
Nope.
But and then 49er Poker says Isaiah Oliver is a prime cut candidate to save a couple million.
Was he more than a 1-year deal? Oh yeah, 1,000%. Like I said, I haven't looked at anyone.
He was only a 1-year deal.
Okay, let me actually pull this up so I'm not just pulling stuff out my ass. Because I don't like to, like I said, I don't like to look at free agency stuff until March. I think people jump the gun too fast. I'm just too excited to talk about it and just talk about bullshit that's not going to get applied.
I think that really quickly, I wanted to bring up this one because everyone is saying that I think that when it comes to the draft, they're going to be focused on the first. Oh, do you know who's a free agent that I really think that they should sign? That's going to be like a little surprising. Carson Wentz. Bring in Carson Wentz because you don't want to keep Sam Darnold for what, like, have to re-sign him for, because he's making more than Brock Purdy right now.
Oliver was signed to a 2-year deal.
Every time that Carson Wentz plays the 49ers, he wins. So just have him, hire him just to take away one loss.
They're gonna bring back Sam Darnold, but Isaiah Oliver, yeah, he's on a 2-year deal. So yeah, you could cut him. Yeah, hell yeah, cut him. Cut him immediately.
This is Jose's next article. Why 20 reasons why the 49ers should cut Isaiah Oliver. Yeah, and he's going to get cut because he was only brought in because of C. Wilkes. So he's one of those guys. If you come in with the guy who gets fired, you're screwed. Have you ever had that happen in a job? One of my first jobs out of college, I worked for a middle school in Santa Barbara. And my favorite boss hired me, loved me. We were really close. And it was like a nonprofit. And so eventually she got let go. And I'm not even kidding, 2 weeks after she got let go, they were like, I'm so sorry, but we actually don't have enough room for you, Ashley. And I cried. It was very sad.
Awkward.
Yeah. So that's me and Isaiah Oliver are going to bond over that. When the person who's vouching for you gets let go, your time is coming up. Really quick, David Sante. I wish I could pronounce things. Sante? Is that right, you think?
Sante or Sante?
Sante. Everyone needs to crush that like button. Let's go, baby. But what did you think about my signing Carson Wentz idea? You're against it?
Dumb. No.
Why?
Why? For what? Why are we talking about backup quarterbacks?
We need a backup quarterback.
Why?
The 49ers just don't need a backup quarterback. They don't want to.
They're going to sign one, but who cares? Who cares who it is?
I do. I mean, the 49ers.
You know why you do? Because you're scarred from Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo.
This is their first year that they haven't had a situation where they needed their backup quarterback.
Yes, I'm happy that quarterback discourse will not be freaking.
Did you hear the Justin Fields stopped following the Chicago Bears, and then if you go to if you go to the comments, everyone's like, QB controversy back in 49er land. If you had to choose between Justin Fields starting for your football team or Brock Purdy.
No, I don't pay attention to any of that. Maybe that's why I can think straightforward and not all this stupid little talk. I hate it. There's no quarterback. Sam Darnold's probably going to come back. Most likely he's coming back. I think
Sam Darnold was on a 1-year deal. Why would they re-sign him? I actually think
why would they sign him? Because they know him already. Why would they sign Carson Wentz?
Do you think he's going to get a starting job somewhere, Sam Darnold?
Why would they sign Carson Wentz when they had the chance to do so last year and they chose Sam Darnold? Hell no, Sam Darnold's not going to get a starting job. No one's going to want him.
Kyle Shanahan's freaking one. I think Darnold could try to get a job where he's more likely to start, and two, because Carson Wentz beats Kyle Shanahan every single year. Someone signs Carson Wentz and he plays for their team. The one freaking day that
I'm sure the Niners could afford one loss, and the one loss they did afford from him was a preseason game in this regular season finale.
Okay, but the year before that and the year before that, it was on the Colts, and what was the other one? It was 2 regular season games, 2 years in a row. Carson Wentz killing.
We're talking about a backup quarterback here. What are we doing? The Niners finally have their guy.
If Brock Purdy gets hurt, I said it here first.
If he gets hurt, then they're screwed. Like the Chiefs will be screwed if Mahomes is hurt.
Zach Wilson to come to the 49ers.
No.
Went to the locker room cancer. Okay, I disagree with this really quick because people have been talking about this. I don't think that they should cut or trade Kyle Juszczyk. I think that he'll be willing to take a pay cut for the 49ers. I understand not wanting to keep him at, I think he's at $7 million next year, which is crazy. But the way he was talking in his exit interview was that I think he's one of those guys that wants to stay with the 49ers until the end of his career and is kind of like knows that maybe he isn't, vital to an offense. I think he touched the ball or had like 23 receptions last year, all year, including the playoffs, which is like crazy. So you can't pay that guy $7 million, but he is, I think, important to this team. And I think the 49ers value the fullback position more than a lot of teams. Do you think that Kyle Juszczyk will take I think it will be one of those things like less of a, do you want to, negotiate, and maybe more of a negotiate or we're trading you. But I imagine that he'll agree to that. Don't you?
I think he might be another restructure, or they give him like an extension where you extend him and like you kind of keep the same money there, but you spread it out. So I think that's something like he's not going anywhere. I don't see him ever going anywhere. They're going to keep him back.
I agree. Yeah. See, people are saying Juice restructures. Juice is getting old. Juice does a lot for the team. No other team would pay Juice anything close.
But think about how he's being phased out. How many times did they run empty set though this past year? And what do you think is going to happen this upcoming year? Now that's like, okay, Brock Purdy has a chance to get better. Shanahan's going to have. My thing is like, it's not even about Brock Purdy probably be getting better and working on his weaknesses. It's Kyle Shanahan getting better and knowing how to operate with him, with the athleticism he has, with the arm he has, and like trusting him more in his pass plays. Like that's something I'm more excited about, where you don't necessarily need that fullback anymore.